Joint Ventures Live. What's up, world? Lex Orlando here. Joint Ventures Live, episode 41. This song right here, though, Break Up a Bag. Crazy Bone and the living legend Position, who's gonna be tapped in here in a minute to go ahead and chop it up with us. Get this camera stabilized and stable. Hope everybody's having a good one. Charles, appreciate you. Continued support. Let's go send out some invites real quick. Hope everybody's smoking some. Fire. Break up a bag. Break down the bus so we can break up a bag. Yeah. What up, what up? What's up, everybody? What's good, my brothers? Let's go. Got Bone Thugs official DJ Position about to come on here and chop it up with us. Got his album that just went on pre-sale today. You guys gotta go check it out. Let's go ahead and get him tapped in here in a minute. Cannabis. Oh yeah. Let's go, let's go. Break up a bag. This track is amazing. Best cannabis anthem of fucking 2021. Somebody beat it. Break up a bag. We're gonna get Position tapped in here in a minute. I need my eyes off. Alright. Appreciate all the love and support, everybody, for real, man. It's a big deal for me to have this going on, man. I appreciate all the love, all the love. Ooh, what are you talking about? Charles, what are you talking about? Where you guys gonna be at? And another one, and another one. Break up a bag. Break down the blunt so we can break up a bag. It's about to be 400 dub. Spark this guy. Break up a bag. Break up a bag. What a good song. Baby. Oh, that's right. Showing Michiganders some love. It's 420. I'm gonna go ahead and spark this. Break up a bag. Break down the blunt so we can break up a bag. We'll get Position tapped in here in a minute. Appreciate all y'all staying tuned in. I wanna get higher. Leads and legends. What y'all smoking? Whoever got something lit, go ahead, type. Tell me what you smoking. Tell me what you smoking. Shout out to all the cannabis weed heads out there. Appreciate everybody. Cannabis. Such a great song. Break up a bag. Alright, let's see what position at. Mimosa smoke. That's what's up. Give him a couple minutes. If not, I'm going to just go out and tap right back in. Hey, everybody who's in here, please tap back in. I'm going to go ahead and restart so we don't got this long beginning. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. My guy's in here. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody who comes and watches back still taps in and waits. Thank you. There we go.
That was brother.
What's good? Position, aka Peasy. What's going on, my guy?
My motherfucking lens off right quick and get a better view.
Oh, you good?
I'm chilling, man. How you feeling, brother?
I'm good. I had to spark this J at 420. You know how it goes.
With it, man. Sorry about the lateness. I'm over here recording the hook for your boy Lazy Bone and
There you go.
doing the other features and shit like that, man. How you feeling?
There you go. No, that's what's up, man. You got to put that business first, man. So yeah, dude, I just wanted to give you a chance to kind of, introduce yourself a little bit. We'll go ahead and jump into it, and just, I know you go by Position, aka Peasy. You are also an artist. You're an engineer. You're a producer. You're a DJ. You jack of all trades when it comes to the music, in my opinion. So just want to kind of give you a little bit of a chance to talk about who you are and what you got in the pipe.
Oh man, yeah. Well, you kind of did it real well yourself and shit. They don't know. I do go by the name of Position. Like you said, I'm an artist, a producer, writer, singer, all that shit, man. And I do happen to be the official DJ of Bone Thugs and Harmony and representative of the Life Entertainment with Crazy Bone. Also a representative of my own situation, Position of Power. And man, just over here doing it, Brody. Man, nigga, just working. Happy I got these this pre-order, this pre-sale out for
Yes.
the faces that's out, man, and just working. That's it, bro.
Yeah, what's the name of the tape again? It's Change Faces, right?
Changing faces, man. And I called it Changing Faces just for the simple fact that I felt like I needed to make some changes in my motherfucking life. You feel me? Just dealing with a whole lot of shit. Tour life, family life, you know what I'm saying? Personal gains, personal losses. The nigga was out there partying too much. So I was like, man, I need to make some real motherfucking changes and shit.
Yeah, no, and I kind of wanted to give you a chance to just touch on that as well, as far as taking charge of your health and, really kind of honing in on your craft and realizing that it was something that you needed to put a little bit more energy into. Even, don't get me wrong, you've accomplished some amazing things, but I think that kicking that extra gear and really diving in your creative process and on your actual craft, I think that, I wanted to just have you kind of touch base on how that helped you, just get on your shit and really focus on getting, taking care of your health and just your mind, really.
Real life shit, man. Like I said, just being on tour, pre-pandemic. You know what I'm saying? We out there. We don't get to eat the best foods. We don't get the best sleep. We out there constantly drinking and putting all kind of shit in our body and shit. And your body will tell you like, bro, that's enough. What are you doing? And I was, just I'd already had just came back from Germany a couple of years ago with Crazy Wishbone, shit like that. Wanted to say with Bone, matter of fact, it was with Bone. flesh, lazy and shit. We was all out there in Europe
Nice.
doing our shit, and you know, we out there just drinking and shit like that. But it's
Yeah.
cold as fuck in certain places, like, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't bring no jacket, no nothing. I'm just out there just raw dogging, like I'm just fucking made of steel and shit.
Yeah.
And I was drinking a lot of Red Bulls too. So
Yeah.
I got back and you know, I'm just feeling dizzy and shit like that. And I'm like, man, something ain't right. And they could go get checked up. And they're like, man, you drink a lot of, my blood pressure was like high as fuck. They're like, man, you drink a lot of energy drinks or something like that. I'm like, yeah. That time I was drinking probably about like 4 or 5 Red Bulls a day.
Damn.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
half
that'll take a toll on anybody. But you guys were nonstop though. There was always something to do. There was always another show, another something to go to.
yeah, and half of them was like mixed with Hennessy, mixed with vodka, and so
Yeah.
all right, man, let me just chill out on that. And you know, time goes on, then you know I suffered like a lot of loss in the family and shit. So nigga was just kind of going through that.
Yeah.
And you know, after that I just like fuck everything. I ain't want to do shit. You feel me? Then you know, still going on tour though, still, you know, gotta do what you gotta do to pay the bills and shit. Like and you know, I'm just you know, dealing with certain shit in the industry that people don't like. And you know, you just realize, nigga, this ain't, you know, the game for the weak.
Yeah.
You know me? And you know, just going through trials and tribulations, learning through that and get my business shit straight. But then when the pandemic happened,
Man.
a nigga right here, like I'm at home, but you know, I'm always at the lab and shit. And you know, I'm over here steady smoking, steady drinking, and I'm eating big as fuck, like I'm still on the road, like I'm still moving
Yeah.
and shit like that. And you know, a nigga just start gaining weight, just gaining weight, and I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So I just woke up around like Thanksgiving. I was like, man, this shit, I gotta stop this shit. I got to like 300 pounds at New Year's. And I was like, yeah, that's it, bro. Let me just stop. So a nigga just did a full reset on the body.
There you
And
go.
yeah, cut a whole lot of shit out. But it was cool because it gave me what they call that shit, like a moment of clarity, whatever you call that shit. And I got to, you know, I've had some of these songs just kind of sitting here chilling. Some of them I didn't. So I just got to just zone in and focus on making this shit sound better. And you know, just putting this Change of Faces album together because somebody, like I said, was already there.
Yeah.
And you know, shout out to the homie Jo. You know, it's like he my brother and shit. Um, he hooked me up with this dude named Wise, who was a dope ass beat maker and engineer and shit.
Okay.
And you know, he helped me mix the album. The homie Jimmy Casillas helped me mix the album. Then I mixed a couple, and we was like, "Fuck it, it's time to go." You know what
There
I'm
you
saying?
go. Yeah, and then the tape officially drops Friday, right?
Nah, officially, I think it's a Wednesday on the 30th.
Was it
You know?
the Wednesday? Oh shit, I'm tweaking.
Yeah.
I swear it was a fucking my bad.
I just know it's on the 30th. I don't know the day, but it's definitely on the
There you
30th.
go. No, that's my bad. No, but yeah, man, I think it's important that, you kind of took that initiative to just focus on yourself and get back in the right mindset because even you doing that led to this album that's about to come out and it's gonna I think that's a bit it's a beautiful thing for you to be able to do that and just keep the mission that you're trying to do, keep moving, man, because you guys are never going to stop, even if whether it's DJing for Bone, whether it's focusing on your own craft or, doing collabs with Crazy. I mean, there's so much cool stuff that you've been working on, man, that I've been noticing and following. So I'm excited to see what's up next and how the future looks because, the past is crazy. You guys have accomplished some amazing things together, man, all of you guys for real. So, I just wanted to take that, time just to give you some praise and just really shout out you guys for paving the way for a lot of other artists too, because you guys. I mean, man, you guys have been in this shit since. I mean, when you guys were first really putting out music and really, doing rocking shows and shit. I'm talking, you still got cassettes and still fucking still CDs were a major thing and records and shit. And now, that everything is on the stream tip. Everything is kind of a little bit trending a little bit more towards that. So I kind of wanted to ask, like, how you've seen that play a role in the industry, how you've seen just kind of shit going more digital and more focused on the streams and just the views. Have you seen that affect the music as a whole?
Well, with me, I was a little too young for the cassette part. Uh, Phone is a little older than me, which is, not much, but I'm pretty sure they seen it. But the CD shit, I definitely remember the CDs and shit. And I couldn't wait to, get to the store, whatever store it was, and rip off the
Yeah,
motherfucking plastic and throw the shit in the motherfucking CD player and read the motherfucking credits. I was real big on reading credits and shit like that. And the motherfucking shout outs and who the producer was. Like, and that was
yeah,
just being a fucking fan and a student of music. And, to see how the shit transition, I feel like I've been pretty much on that transition for years, bro. Like,
right.
when what's that dude? Napster came out. You feel me?
Yeah,
When that motherfucker started stealing music and putting that shit out for free, I was like, oh yeah, nigga, this game finna be over with. Like, they gonna have to do something because everybody was losing money. They like, man, you stealing music. It got so big they made commercials about it. And I
right.
did. And but I at that time I knew shit was about to change. Um that nigga said LimeWire. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
definitely nigga, but
yeah. I remember definitely getting some music off of there. Unfortunately, I mean, I didn't want to support that
nah,
that that
I
that.
and just be motherfucking real. We loved a lot of music. We couldn't
Yeah,
afford every fucking thing,
yeah,
but we wanted to hear that shit. Like, if they like, I put it to you like this, man. LimeWire, it's like it's pretty much Spotify now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get to listen to shit now. They paying motherfuckers fucking 0.00 penny per dollar, but
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you get to hear free motherfucking music and shit like that. So I just felt like, somebody revolutionized it. They did it in a wrong way, but they didn't know. They just like, fuck that. We just gonna give, you know what I'm saying? But now
Yeah,
Napster paying motherfuckers, like, yeah, Napster paying more than every other revenue, every other streaming shit.
every other stream. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
nah,
crazy how that shit worked. But just to see how that shit turned out to now
yeah,
is, is dope. I think it's amazing. And I think you can do a lot of shit with it. And the fans still want motherfucking hard copy CDs.
yes, yes.
Those motherfuckers is hitting me right now. Motherfuckers is hitting me right now.
I was
Like,
about to ask, how can I get a hard copy for real? I was just about to ask.
yeah, I got hard copies getting pressed up. The Life Apparel is pressing up hard copies, so it's definitely gonna be available and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? The Hummer nine,
Nice, nice.
that's $20 for CDs back then. It was real talk, nigga. 50.
Right, right. That's like one of the things I was talking about because I know that was just such a huge revenue stream when people were pushing CDs the right way.
Yeah,
When the fans were still excited about buying it, like you said, like
yeah,
how they
yeah.
are still the true hip hop heads. That there's just something about having that hard CD, having the actual album and looking at it, seeing the artwork and shit. It builds the experience around the album. It makes it a little bit easier to kind of to
Right.
vibe with and really tap in with the message.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, love it. So, you know, the whole CD shit was literally compared to the dope game. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of motherfuckers got into it, even
Yeah,
motherfuckers that couldn't fucking rap. You know what I'm saying? But they seen the business part of it, and they like, fuck it, nigga. If I can push anything, nigga. I can sell motherfucking water to a well. Fuck it, nigga. I'm gonna sell CDs. All I got to do is talk shit and cuss.
right.
Cool. You know what I'm saying? So, but now it's a whole different ball game, man.
Yeah,
Everybody used to want to be signed to labels, which is still cool in some facets to be signed on a major label and shit because they got those relationships with everybody else in the world.
yeah.
But that motherfucking independent game, man. You get your shit right and you push right, man. You got a motherfucking career, bro.
There you go. Nah, and I definitely appreciate you sharing that insight of it because it's dope to see somebody like yourself figuring that out and, just keep on leveling up, keep on pushing this music and keep on putting content out. And I also wanted to ask too, so talking about like from you seeing something kind of gradually change, from cannabis, from when cannabis was first like mainstream, I'm sure when you really dove into cannabis, a lot of those strands had what 7, 8, maybe 9% THC. Now you got these strands nowadays that are in the 20s, low 30s. You got Leaves of Legend. You got these guys making some crazy cannabis that is game changing compared to the sticks and seed days. So I kind of wanted to ask like how you've seen that part of it kind of just evolve and how you've seen that kind of relate to hip hop.
Um, I mean, man, they got strains now that go up to like motherfucking 60% THC.
Man,
But yeah, it's not just hip hop. Weed has always been a part of music.
right.
And take that shit back to like motherfucking Bob Marley and you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers before I was even born and shit. Like,
Yes.
that's like a motherfucking what you want to call it, like, it's just like I call it like a harmony drug. Like it brings everybody together. You feel me?
There you go.
Everybody cool, everybody chilling, man. You can talk about different issues, social issues, political shit, but everybody's all having a good motherfucking time and shit like that. And add that with some good music.
Yeah.
You saying like, man, I'm not worried about what's going on in the world right now. I'm having a good time at this motherfucking moment. And yeah, exactly. You feel me? And
Right now.
with hip hop, bro, because our words are so motherfucking dominant and piercing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have your fun records, you have your social records, you have all kind of records. You have those the real records where you talk about real issues and shit.
Right.
And when you get a motherfucker a song that you like that really fucks with you, and you got some good weed too, it's some dope shit. Now, when I was younger, yeah, I do remember, $5 stress sacks. You know,
Yep.
you had to fucking dig the seeds out and shit like that. Like, oh god damn, you get half the sack, nigga was gone after you took the stems and the seeds out and shit.
Yep.
You feel me? But you got high and it was like, all right, cool, man. Fuck it, we having a good time. And now,
Yeah.
but staying back then, right? Man, motherfuckers used to get so much time in prison
Yeah.
for
For some
weed.
little shit. For little shit.
You know
For
what I'm
these
saying?
for these $5, $10 bags we're talking about. It's
Like,
crazy.
yeah, like if you had a felony and then the three strikes law was like super big back then. I was super young, but I still remember that shit. And the three strikes law was like crazy and shit. And I done seen motherfuckers with like a half ounce of weed doing fucking 25 to life. Cause they on their third strike.
Man.
You feel me and shit. So uh,
Nah.
you
Yeah,
know,
no, and that's where I think, us having this chance to kind of talk about it and help, related to these social issues is just our small contribution to the legalization and eventual decriminalization of this. There
yeah,
eventually, thankfully, there will be a lot of people behind bars that will be let out and will have their records expunged because the criminalization is around the corner. But right now, like you're saying, man, it's crazy how there's somebody getting locked up right now for a little bit of cannabis.
hey, Texas still ain't playing when it come to weed, bro. Like
Yeah,
they state to actually legalize. I'm pretty sure they'll come around, but you got New York that'll legalize the shit. Then goddamn, come on. But but see all of that and to see people like growing up to people like Snoop Dogg, Bone,
yeah,
Cypress Hill, um, even motherfucking Afro Man, Looney, all these people being an advocate of motherfucking weed, and you know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know, letting people know, like, no, like, it's not a fucking dangerous drug. It's not, you know, what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? This shit helps people, and it does in a lot of facets. It helps people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For motherfucking people with anxiety, to people from, you know, military with PSD, all that type shit, man.
Yeah.
So it's
No, there's a lot of really positive uses for cannabis if it's used properly and respected, and you know,
exact.
yeah, man, it's something that I definitely like to use in almost every day of my life. It's something that's done a lot of good things for me, I believe. So
Look, you
I'm gonna
see,
keep on pushing this.
see my people talking about some. I was on probation for a year with drug tests for less than an eighth back in the day.
Jesus, less
You
than
feel
an
me?
eight.
So it's like it's shit like that. That's like, man, you know. And I'm pretty sure it's people that's in prison now. You know, they probably older, but I'm pretty sure it's people, you know, that went to jail for weed. Like, that's like, fuck. And why
Man,
is it illegal now? How come I can't go home? And, you know, it's a lot
yeah.
of good shit, man.
Well,
But
you're originally from the West Coast, right? So, I mean, as far as cannabis, you guys had, Cali, you guys had the cannabis scene on lock very early, in my opinion. So, I'm sure you still had access to some really good bud.
oh man, I mean, you know, from motherfucking what they call that shit back in the day, from chronic to Thai, chocolate Thai, to, you know, shit like that. And then, you know, they start fucking with the hydro, and I remember Bone was talking about hydro like a lot.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? So
man.
you know, the West Coast in general always been real growers of weed, whether it comes from motherfucking from Cali, Washington, Oregon, shit like that, man. The West Coast always really took pride in growing some good ass greenery and shit.
Yeah, no, it's crazy how many strands are crossed nowadays with native California strands and native, just flower that came out of that whole coast. And it's crazy because I had a good friend of mine, Uncle Stoner, on, and he was talking about Boston George, who the movie Blow was originally about with Johnny Depp, and a lot of his like early smuggling and drug running was cannabis, and a lot of it was him bringing cannabis into the West Coast. So
Yeah,
he
yeah,
played a big role in a lot of that shit ended up on the streets. Realistically, there's no other way to put it. But
yeah,
it's crazy to see how how he was bringing in so many strands that led to certain strands being crossed with with those West Coast strands and just spreading across the country and eventually becoming this cannabis market that we have today. Shit's crazy.
yeah. Look, motherfucking J Lo Car was talking about some motherfucking hydroponics.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a motherfucking interview with the nigga Snoop. And I was like, man, how'd you come up with the name Chronic? He was like, niggas being high as fuck, fucking the name up. She was like, a white homie just came, was like, yeah, man, it's that hydroponic, and we just forgot what the fuck he said. Like, yeah, nigga, this shit, that Chronic, and this shit, that.
Nice. No shit.
And that's how they came up with the motherfucking album, The Chronic, nigga. Like,
Wow, that was my queen right there. That's my girlfriend, my beautiful woman. That was the one that left that comment. So that
that,
was dope.
that,
Appreciate you sharing that story. That's crazy how that's kind of the origin of how that word really became mainstream and became so widespread and so used. That's great. That's dope.
all because of a motherfucking accident. They didn't know what the fuck they was,
Wow.
came up with a fucking strain called The Chronic. And but, you know, when you
That's
got
what's up.
people like Dre and Snoop, man, ain't no motherfucking losing with that. So,
Yeah.
whether
How's
it's,
it been having the chance to chop it up with them and get a chance to smoke with them throughout the career, throughout the show, throughout the years and stuff?
I never met Dre. I want
Never
to.
met Jay?
Never met Dre. I met Snoop, you know, a few times. Just you know, saying what's happening on tour, shit like that. I think we was in Detroit one day and we was dry as fuck. We ain't had no motherfucking weed. And that nigga Lazy Bone was like, "Hey Snoop, man, you know, where can we get some motherfucking weed out here?" Like, nigga, y'all ain't got no weed. Hold on. At the time, I'm over here putting a motherfucking show together, and you know, I'm all on my laptop and all that, trying to make shit right.
Yeah, work it.
straight to me, and nigga just dumped the whole thing of weed just on the motherfucking laptop. Like, here you go. I was like, oh, all right, well, shit, fuck the show. We got some good weed right now.
There you go.
So that was a dope experience. But yeah, just you know, seeing the presence of Snoop, how he carries himself, and just paying attention on how he does his show. I already get to pay attention to Bone every night, obviously, but just paying attention to how Snoop carries himself on stage and puts on the show. I'm a real motherfucking student of entertainment, so that
That's
was
awesome.
yeah. That was a blessing. Like, we get to walk off stage, and everybody else going to the dressing room. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna chill right here. I'm gonna see what's happening and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I might try to sneak in a position song before he get on stage and shit like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, just to watch that dude do his shit, and it's everybody else, man. It's seeing how corrupt be technical and shit like that. Getting the freestyle with that nigga, because I felt like he was the dopest rapper on Death Row.
Nice. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But getting to see these dudes and mingle with these dudes is crazy.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I appreciate you taking the time to really share that part of the story because it's cool, man. It's cool to see how cannabis played a role in that. I'm sure there's been so many cool after parties and shit where, it's just such a dope vibe in the room. Everybody smoking, having a good time, man. Everybody
Yeah,
pulling out some amazing bud nowadays where this shit gets like it's a joy to look at and shit. Everybody comparing buds and, especially like with Crazy Bone right now. I mean, what he's doing with cannabis is amazing. Shout out to Lee's Legend because he's putting in some serious effort in and some serious work in but for the cannabis. And, like you were saying, this is our way of advocating. This is your guys' way of advocating. This is something that we're doing to help just keep promoting the positivity around cannabis. It's a beautiful thing. And it's just, man, right now, the way that it's trending is, a lot of people have their say on the way things should go, but at least cannabis is on its road to being a lot more accepted. So, just I wanted to ask too, what's one of the dopest places you've ever been able to smoke, like on tour? Where was some place where you were like, man, I can't believe they're letting no smoke in here. This shit's crazy.
I probably shouldn't even say this.
You don't have to. You don't have to. That's already dope.
A place I
Man.
wasn't supposed to smoke, but I did, and it's completely illegal.
Oh,
Was Indonesia,
oh, nice.
and your ass can go to fucking jail for like life over that. And,
Man,
I remember being in the club and shit, and they warned us too. They were like, "Yeah, don't smoke nothing out here." Somebody threw like a joint on stage. Yeah, don't smoke that. Up to put your ass in jail. And we had to go back to Australia the next day, so like, fuck that.
shit.
Cray and Wish, they had to go back to the room. They wanted to get some rest, so they was like, "Yeah, Pete, come on, man, let's go to the club. Let's do this." I'm like, "All right, fuck it, let's go." So I remember it was me, uh, one of the promoters, and the black dude from Color Me Bad. I don't know if you remember that old singing group and shit, right?
Man.
It's an old singing group from like yeah. Anyways, so we there chilling, right? I'm chilling. Oh, and it's the homie Knuckles, the homie Chris Dumas and shit, right? So we there chilling in the club, and all of a sudden these dudes come like, hey, you want to smoke with us? I'm like, in my head, I'm like, hell, motherfucker, no.
Right?
Like, man,
Suspect.
y'all can't smoke out here. And they was like, no, it's okay. We'll hide you. It's okay.
Will hide you.
So I'm like, fuck it. For some reason, I just took that motherfucking chance. I was like, fuck it. And we took the motherfucking the back of the garage and shit, right? And
And
like
just some random Indonesian town, you found a spot to post
I ain't
up.
know what city I was in, but it was a city, right? So they take us to the back, and I'm 6 feet, bro. These motherfuckers like 5'4", 5'5", and it's about 10 of them surrounding me, like they really blocking me. Right?
They're trying to hide you.
Yeah, they really trying to hide me from smoking and shit. So I'm like, fuck it. I just spark up the J and shit. And you know, it was cool, man. I had a good time out there. Shit.
That's dope.
So,
That's
bro,
dope.
yeah. So, um, it's a lot of places I done had a good time, man. I ain't gonna front, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Being able to rock out with Bone afforded me to go to a lot of different places. Uh, and most of those places I would have never went to. So, you know, it's pretty dope, man.
There you go.
Motherfucking Australia, New Zealand, and you know, shit like that. Yeah,
Nice.
it's dope as fuck.
Who do you who's up there with you with people that can smoke the heaviest, man? Who's up there out of all these guys?
I ain't never been too much of a heavy smoker, but before Craig slowed down, he was one of them. Crazy, I smoke about a good 5, 10 blunts a day.
Nice.
Um,
Rolling.
yeah, Snoop, that nigga smokes all fucking day. But it's a lot, man. The homie from Duct Tape, they smoke all day. Motherfuckers just be blowing. Now, you ask me about drinking, ain't nobody can, period. Period. I fucking literally, that's another thing I had to stop. I was drinking a whole bottle a day, a bottle of Hennessy just right
Yeah.
here, chilling and shit. So, yeah, yeah,
But you made that change, put that on pause for a little bit, but it's all good. Be back at it, have some fun still through this life. You put that time in to get the album done and
yeah,
push this quality out here, man. So
yeah,
it's all worth it in the end. You know, it's all for the fam, it's all for love, it's all to be able to keep putting music out and be able to put out another, batch of albums out down the road and just keep on, pushing the craft, man. I appreciate you taking the time to really just come on and share some of this, these stories of how cannabis played a role in your music and how it's been to just keep on, doing what you're doing, man. So, what do you think is like your biggest inspiration behind putting out music? What do you think you love the most? Is there a certain like part of like the craft that you like the most? Do you like producing a little bit better? Do you like, writing better? Or you like being the artist? What do you prefer? Just
uh,
one.
I love being the artist more.
Yeah.
I love making beats. I love doing that shit. Um, but ever since I linked up with the homie Wise and I got other beats from other people and shit,
Yeah.
it's like I get to kind of like put something down and I get to fully just express myself. And you know, I get to have fun, I get to be serious. And I just love being on stage. That's my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely being an artist is first.
There you go. Good shit, man. Well, hey, Position, aka Peasy, I appreciate you taking the time to come on here, man. Shout out Bill, the legend, Bill
Yeah.
Crane, Crane's World, Raw Talent Shy.
Bill
Shout out,
Craig, the
man.
homie.
That's a man, great guy. I appreciate you for real for taking the time. Shout out everybody who tuned in, everybody who watches back. Thank you for sharing your story. And man, I'm gonna keep on promoting and helping however I can, man. Let's get this album out here. Let's keep on. I'm gonna post and repost and get as many eyes as I can on it for you. And man, hopefully we'll chop it up again in the future, my guy.
All day, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you doing with the show and shit, man. And can't wait to come
Thank you.
back and just fuck with you. When I get back out that way, I'm gonna come fuck with you, Brody.
Smoke something.
All day. Change of Faces out, motherfucking June 30th.
Change of Faces, the album pre-sale out now, but the album
Out
June
now.
30th.
Yup. You get to bang that motherfucker. I got a single that you can download now called Like They Used To. That shit gonna be everywhere on the 30th though. So
There
we
you
on.
go.
And this is just round one.
More on the way.
All day.
Peace, Position. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, my brother. Take care.
Same back, brother.
Take care, my guy. Joint Ventures Live.